Welcome back to another episode of Thought OPPS. I am one of your hosts, Steel Biz. You see my name across the top. We have a guest with us today, but before I even get to our guest, we're gonna introduce my son. Now my son, my co-host.
They starting already.
Now my son.
Hello, everyone. I am EJ Briz. You will see my credentials either here, there, up there, somewhere.
Yeah,
because he gonna mix it around. So.
Yeah, no, actually, I've been putting it back on top. Just because you've been at the bottom so long, so might as well try to bring you back at the top. But yeah. So that's EJ Briz, my co-host. Now we got a special guest with us tonight. I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Brian Barnes. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes, and we do appreciate you coming out to the show.
It's a pleasure.
Oh, yes, it's a pleasure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know about y'all.
Yeah. He watched the show. He thinks it's a good show. Yeah, we do want to thank you for coming out. Now, this week, my week.
So you talking about your week?
Huh?
I said you about to talk about
I'm about to talk about my week,
cool.
because that's how the show goes.
Okay, cool.
We don't have to tell everybody what we're about to do.
Okay, cool.
People watching the show long enough. But my week has been it's another boring week this week.
That's excellent.
Another boring week. It hasn't been boring. It's like I did a lot of working and reading and writing for the lick and filming.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it was quite boring, but I'm just saying that it was
Uneventful.
Not uneventful. It was just kind of like the same as I've been doing.
Nothing spectacular.
Yeah, I feel like I need a vacation. Like, you ever get to that point where you feel like I feel like I want to go to Jamaica?
Yeah, I haven't been out of town since 2019. So
what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just
change that.
Life just be life, and boy,
I feel that.
But I feel like I need to go back to Jamaica. Like, I feel like I need another. The one thing about going to Jamaica, when I be going down to Jamaica and stuff, and we have little family stuff. The one thing I feel like I need to go somewhere different and somewhere not so because Jamaica is south.
Yeah.
Like, every time, I'm not lying to you, man. Every time I leave wherever I'm at and I put on the best outfit, I'm like, I'm about to go out and kick it. I'm about to go have a good. And as soon as I walk out that door,
that heat hit you.
That heat hit me. I need to go back and change.
Hey, everyone, he's from Jamaica.
And I changed like 3 times. I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with me being proud of where I'm from and proud of my culture.
No, just in case they watch the show before.
Okay, yeah.
Let's watch the past 17 episodes.
But I need to get away. I need to go somewhere, or I need to go to the Dominican Republic or somewhere.
How about an insane asylum?
No, that would be you. Somewhere like that. Somewhere like that. I need to just get away from here for a while. So
that DR sound good.
How was your week, E?
Man, my week. Oh man, I wish my week was uneventful. Like I said last week, I was involved in a car accident, so I'm still dealing with a lot of stuff with that car accident. From dealing with insurance companies. I finally got my car back, and it wasn't all the way right. And it's just like, man, it's crazy. Like, I've been doing more work, and I'm not the person that hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm the victim. So this is crazy. So just a lot of stuff going on in life or whatever. So just gotta keep pushing and hey, live it.
Yeah, like I told you, I said, that is not your fault, but I done had this happen before, man. You gotta check everything before you pull your car off, because they still had a nail in his tire.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah. They checked off or whatever, and I'm trying to rush.
He never been to an accident before, so
I've been.
Well, I'm talking about an accident like this, where getting his car fixed, and I've been in this situation where I would check everything, because I'm gonna let you know that you didn't do this, and the other stuff that I said that wasn't really, but it was because I was in an accident, so you might as well. You know what I'm saying? You gonna fix that too.
Yeah, I push it out.
Yeah, because honestly, I've been in 3 other accidents before this, and all 3 my car was totaled.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not used to get my car back. So by the grace of God, I was spared. So.
Yeah. Well,
other than that, that's it.
Brian, how was your week, man?
Man, I've been under pressure.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Man,
You better have a Black Panther.
Yeah, man, go ahead and let it out on the start.
It's the pressure.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know, the entrepreneurial life is no joke, man. I'm under pressure. Just trying to make sure everything goes smoothly. You know, a lot of times it's ups and downs. I had a situation on a point of sale inspection where I had a contractor all lined up because the closing was supposed to be today. And they backed out at the last second. They couldn't do it. And so I was scrambling around. Thank God for my network and support system and a phenomenal realtor because they got it to close today with the contingency of it getting done after close. And so we're pushing forward. But, man, and amongst other things I'll go into later, but I tell you, it's no joke.
Hey, this the Thought OPPS, man.
That's right. And we got a businessman on the show today. We're making sure that he bring his business to the show and talk about what he do as far as his business. But we're going to get back to that in a second. I know that normally we talk about the things that we're going to discuss. Just give you a little preview. We talking about Lizzo because I know y'all want to hear our opinions about Lizzo, what's going on with Lizzo, and the whole they trying to cancel Lizzie. And then Tiffany Haddish and Eric Spears are finally they're gonna be back in court. With the parent at this time, and then Cardi B in the mic situation. Microphone check 1 2. What is this? And just throwing the mic off the stage and I don't know. I have an opinion about all of that, but we're gonna get back to that. And as far as like what I'm reading, we're not gonna talk about the book I'm reading because I've been reading that same book for the last month. Talk about books I've read. This is one book that I feel like everybody should have a copy of and should read. Surrounded by Idiots. Not because I'm at the table with these two fellas, but because in life,
man, he took my joke.
But in life, because you need to know that sometimes we feel like we're surrounded by idiots, but it's that people have different personalities and there's different type of human beings. So when you are like a younger, you be like, man, when you're with your friends, you feel like everybody else is stupid, and that's what the book is about.
There's some idiots out there.
It's some idiots, but a lot of times it is that people have different ways of how they deal with life.
And we could be idiots ourselves sometimes.
Yeah, and
you can't.
But the book is just basically to tell you that we have different personalities, and that's why we look at the other personalities and be like, something is wrong with this person. Yeah. This is another one of my favorite books, Sapiens: A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. I read all of his books. They are very thick books, but they have a lot of knowledge in his books. And this book is just pretty much telling where we came from as far as human beings and how we evolved into the human beings that we are today, the people that we are today. It goes back to talking about the Neanderthals and the different types of humans that were around and why Homo erectus, human beings ourselves, were able to survive because we were able to, guess what? This is really funny. The one thing I learned from this book is because we have the ability to gossip. We have the ability to share information, and sharing that information with somebody else and gossiping is a part
That's
of
a survival skill?
That is a survival skill, gossiping. And it talks about, and this is not the only book I've read about that in. But there's other books where they talk about gossiping. I know it sounds like a really negative word, but the fact that you're able to share ideas and talk about what happened your day before, what happened with somebody else, it is actually what builds communities. Okay. And this is another one of his books. This is another one of his books I read. 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. So it's 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. This is probably the book that he had that I don't really remember a lot about this book because I read it so long ago, but it was a #1 New York Times bestseller. Very good book. Author of the same book, but yeah, pick these books up. You'll really enjoy these books.
Why are you drawn to that particular author?
Why am I drawn to that particular? Because of this book. Because of Sapiens. Because of Sapiens, and then the way he actually talks about humanity and the way that I feel like he has a way of writing history in a story format.
Okay.
And it draws you in. It draws you in, and I love that. Like he talks about history, and he talks a lot about human psychology. And I love reading books about human psychology, and human psychology mixed with geography, mixed with like a form of storytelling. It's just amazing.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, check that. And the book I read this week.
Okay, next question.
I read every week. Is Instagram comments, posts. That's what I read.
That's very intelligent.
Gossip.
Got it.
Thank you. There you go. It's
Yeah,
back to the
yeah,
gossip.
yeah.
Okay.
See?
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Nah,
I get it.
Yeah, see? Thank you.
I'm
Thank
sure,
you, Brian.
I'm sure
You're
that
welcome.
Appreciate it.
sure that keep you quite fulfilled. But Brian, like, tell us about yourself, man. Tell us what it is that you do.
Ooh, the short side. Born and raised here, Cleveland, Ohio, suburb, Shaker Heights, Ohio, class of 1999. So a lot of my friends, you had Darius on. He and I grew up together.
My frat brother,
yeah,
my fraternity brother. Go ahead.
ventured into real estate as well as construction. Recently, that's my latest entrepreneur endeavor, construction. Just acquired a architectural metal ACM panel and metal corrugated metal paneling panel
Okay. Congrats, man.
company. Yeah, it's working me. It's working me. But I'm very fulfilled. Only minority black in that space in the state of Ohio.
Wow.
So
Man,
it's
that's
a
crazy.
challenge. So that's been keeping me up. And then do commercial as well as residential construction as well here in northeastern Ohio. The paneling company operates out of Cleveland, Columbus, Canton. We have projects in Akron and Pittsburgh going on right now simultaneously. So I'm running it down.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So, before I ask you the next question, congrats on all your, accomplishments and
I
everything.
appreciate that.
So, you have your hands in a lot of things. So, if you can, only if you can, which one are you more interested in, or is your favorite?
Woo, good question. It's twofold. I'm gonna give you two. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just got to do it that way.
Hey, the Thought OPPS, you can do whatever you want.
I think the thing that I'm doing that's most fulfilling to me
Okay.
as a person is I drive individuals with developmental disabilities to and from work every day,
Oh, okay.
and I'm filled with how excited they are to be productive and to give back to society and to work. I know a lot of them have greater work ethic than me. I know one guy who works at the gym that I go to in the morning, and then I pick him up at 8 o'clock at night to take him home from another job. So he works 2 jobs every day, right? And I said, if he can do it, I don't have an excuse, right?
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
I think that's probably the most rewarding and fulfilling. But as far as growing and helping the community and black businesses in general, I think I'm very much passionate about elevating the entrepreneurial spirit of African Americans and Hispanic businesses.
Okay.
And I think that what made my recent acquisition so special is that it was a minority-owned company by a Hispanic gentleman and a African American came together, and I acquired that. Business. So it showed the connection between black and brown communities, which they have us fighting a lot of times over the same scraps, but it shows that we can build together.
Yeah, that's
That's what's up, man.
and I feel you, because I volunteer too in the community or whatever, and it's like I go into like different neighborhoods. Last time I volunteered, I was in the Huff area or whatever, and it's like you like volunteering and you get to meet new people and everything. It's excellent. Like when you could really just give a helping hand.
When you do any type of community work, because I've done community work before, anytime you get to do any type of community work, it does give you a feeling, and that's one thing I have learned. I think I've talked about it on the show. It's like the day that you learn that you could do something for somebody else, you don't want nothing from them. But the fact that you know that you helped that person, not even to gloat in the fact that you help them, but to help them to know that they are helped and they feel that help and they are. That's like one of the best feelings ever, but not for everybody.
True that.
Not for everybody, because some people, that ain't how some people operate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because life had surrounded by idiots, and surrounded by idiots meaning that everybody have different personalities and different things that they're driven by. Some people are more selfishly driven.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's great that you're doing it.
I
love the way that you
I commend
and I love the way that you hype up the different communities too.
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
black
that's dope.
community,
That's
the brown community, the different shades of what we are.
If we don't do it, if we're not our own advocate, man, nobody else is going to come to our rescue. That's my firm belief. Yeah. So we gotta build together. We gotta do it ourselves.
That's dope.
Okay, I like that, and I know that you talk a lot about black business, black advocate. Just elaborate. Well, you elaborated somewhat, but what do you feel that what's so important about that to you?
I think that we are the gatekeepers to those who are around us, their success. One of the things I look back on is that you gave me a chance at acting.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Okay.
you know, I've had.
Happy.
He should be. I big him up. I big him up.
I mean, how am I happy? Most people that came on this show, I've helped in some way. Quit being jealous, but go ahead.
But no, you opened up that door for me, and if I did not have that door open up by you, who knows if I would have had that chance to shine and fulfill another one of my passions, right?
Okay.
You know, the same thing when it comes to business. You know, opening up doors for others, because everybody has dreams and aspirations if you are an entrepreneur, right? Mm-hmm. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, you have dreams and aspirations for the community to be improved. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that I always had the firm belief that the best way for us to elevate is economically as a people. And I dove headfirst into that ever since, you know, studying under the late great Fannie Lewis down in Huff area.
Okay.
She was one of my not only spiritual mothers, but also a mother to me politically, as well as gave me that entrepreneurial mindset and how you can change an entire community by you know, building that community, right? And so from that standpoint, I really realized that we have an opportunity to participate in our own rescue.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be one of those individuals who empowered others selflessly. And also, you know, that could be to your detriment, but I've had strong support systems like you guys who give me platforms in order to elevate to elevate others, elevate, you know, the mission, and to keep pushing on. So that's what it's all about.
And that's crazy that you said to your detriment. But go ahead, were you saying something?
No, I was just like.
No, when he said to your detriment, that's kind of like just remind me of like a conversation conversations that we've had, like, because I'm a member of a book club, and it's black and brown sisters, black and brown brothers, like educated people, and we all in this book club, and we sometimes do talk about the things in our community that we feel as people that feel like we are more progressive black people, and then there are people that are just that we would look at it and be like they're digressive black people, where they'd be like they're not like, man, F all of that, I ain't thinking about that, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to go kick it and do this stuff. Right. So sometimes do you, because I know a lot of times we feel like we have to help those people and we put a lot of things aside for those people, or do you think that that's important to help those people, pull those people out of situations? Because sometimes we feel like there's some black people that feel like, man, they don't want to learn nothing, they don't want to know nothing. Let them just be in that downfall they're in peace.
I'm gonna give you an example that took place over the past week and culminated to a head today. Okay. So I was consulting a place of worship on how to renovate and what they should do in order to bring their building up to a certain standard, right? Mm-hmm. They've had issues with their roof. They have issues with their heating and cooling. Have issues with water coming through the bricks on the facade of their building, and they have some other issues. So you're probably looking at around $150,000 to $200,000 of investment that they need to make into to their building. Okay. You know, I give them proposals, I lay it out very detailed, tell them what they need to do, and they turn around and pave the parking lot, spend $60,000, or they turn around and spend $20,000 on a sign. I rolled out a plan for their HVAC. They needed a kind of like a 4-year in classrooms redone. I put in my proposal. It was $30,000. They found somebody who offered the same thing for them for $15,000, right? And I went ahead and did like a heat load test, which if you were going to get a permit, the city is going to require. I laid out exactly how many BTUs they needed to have at least 75 people in that space comfortable. Yeah. And I did a system that was very, very on point for what they needed. Right. Yeah. The other contractor came in, they gave that price, but when that other contractor came back in yesterday, they realized that they didn't have all the valuable information that they needed right from the start, right? Mm-hmm. And so when they came with their solution, they came up to about $28,000.
Okay.
Right. So of course I was in the ballpark. I knew I was in the ballpark.
Yeah.
But they had got low ball.
Yeah.
But these individuals just got so hooked on that $15,000 option, which isn't really going to bring them to where they need to be, and so it's putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, right?
It's cheaper.
It's just cheaper, right? And they ended up going with that option.
Okay.
And to my knowledge, that individual had started work and did not pull permit the first.
That's the first.
So it just goes to that question you said. As much as you give people all of the right answers, you lead them in a way that they should go. You can't save everybody.
Yeah, that's not.
And
Listen.
I wanted to save them. I was up to 10 o'clock at night, conference calls, bringing all my team together, and we put out a wonderful proposal, outlined the direction they should go, gave them all the scientific information they needed as well as the practical information they needed, and what it will cost them in the long run, and they still opted to go the way that they wanted to go. So that hit home because you can't save everybody. As much as I wanted them, as much as I wanted them to be good stewards of the Lord's money, I realized that they gonna go their own way.
Hey, you did your part.
I did my part.
that's all you
Believe me, that's why I said woo.
Yeah, you did
But
your
it's situations like that. You try to help and open everybody's eyes to the reality, and everybody can't be saved.
Can't be saved.
Yeah.
Don't save. No.
If they don't want to be saved,
They
don't
don't want to
save.
be saved.
So back to, when you had Still Feeling Proud,
Right.
the acting.
Yes.
So, tell us a little bit about how you got started in acting, how you got interested in acting, and some of the roles or some of the things that you played in.
So, long story short, I got turned on to acting young, right?
Okay.
I always participated in, plays, very involved in a lot of the church plays I was always thrust into. And then my mom sent me off to acting camps over the summer.
Okay.
Right? So I always had that bug. But then as you grow up, I shifted more towards sports, right? To football, to track, to martial arts. And then I caught the business bug, but I've always been a creative, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Editing. Darius has helped me a lot with editing and things of that nature. So I'm very shout out to Darius.
I know you love your drones too.
Yes, to drones, different drone shots, right?
Okay.
So I've always been creative in that respect. But to have the opportunity, I said that's one of my things I wanted to do on my bucket list was actually to be in a great hood movie, right?
At the front step of my parents' house.
That's right. This house and that house is very familiar.
Yeah,
right?
very familiar. Yeah,
But it's just another outlet. I work all the time, right? I'm putting in 18 hours a day, very often, and to get away and escape and to transform and to tell a story and to be somebody else for a second, that feels good.
Stress relief.
Yeah, definitely.
Be outside of yourself, and then
for sure.
go home and then be yourself.
For sure.
And then look at yourself.
Are you ever outside of yourself?
Huh?
I said, are you ever outside of yourself?
You here, and you've been here for a while, so that's being outside of myself. I normally don't put up with people like you.
Usually honest, right? You know where you stand.
I can tell you, hey.
You know where you stand.
It's cool though.
So you said you did stage before though, right?
I've done some plays, nothing big, right? A lot of church plays.
Not church play.
So
it ain't Broadway, but it's more or less. Like
No.
More kind of Tyler Perry. Mama don't.
There you go. There you go.
Mama saved the chicken
go.
in the oven because
There
the
you go.
fish can go cook if the grease gonna pop.
Why gotta be chicken?
But
we love chicken, bro.
You don't eat chicken?
I used to, and I could cook the hell out of it. Even though I don't eat it, I still could cook it. Go ahead.
I'm talking about some chicken. He got you hungry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Didn't eat today. But no, just that creative side. I think that one of the things that also inspired me. You know that puppet that's going around. What's his name? But he's with his mom, And
you talking about the comic?
Yeah.
Connect comic is the little boy.
Yes.
The one with the mind. That is hilarious.
Them scenarios are hilarious.
I can't think of the
I'm
name.
lost.
I'm about to tell him the name.
What? So y'all got to send it to me.
Yeah, so he could put it in.
Oh
there.
man, you gonna roll. You gonna roll.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
But there was a family that I knew actually come out of East Cleveland that was real big in my church that did puppets, and they started that off real early, and it just reminded me of them and how they could have, if we had the outlets back then that we have now, they would have blown up.
Do you know when I was a little kid? This is very traumatic. But when I was a little kid, and you know, I know you're going. This was when I was still living in Jamaica. This is funny because it was me, my two brothers, and we used to like put on puppet shows.
Okay.
And I remember one day we used to because we had that many toys, so we used to put on puppet. We used to have socks. We used to have socks.
You used to do different voices.
We used to do different.
Give us an example.
I remember because I was young, but I remember my father. Whatever. You look like one of the puppets. They was about as tall as you. But I remember my father came in there and he started cussing. He don't cuss bad words, but he was just yelling at us like, y'all go read up. You know, Jamaican people was like, you know, no pick up a no book for mine and go pick up on no book. And I swear, I think that
he didn't let you feed into that creativity.
He did because he came from work. He was tired of these three kids with these daggone puppets. He don't know what's going on.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Did your puppet have a name?
Dude, my puppet. I had two older brothers, so it was kind of like I had a leftover puppet. They was like when you got two older brothers.
Get to the.
Yeah, what was your puppet's name?
Your puppet
we want to know the name. We know.
Eric.
Eric.
Oh man, get out of here, man.
But he looked like a puppet. Like
your puppet had a name.
But we had the puppet. I remember my father got mad, and I think that ended. That was the last puppet.
But that's why that was the spark of your creativity.
It was.
You know what I'm saying?
It was because I remember we used to always act and just do all that stuff, and we just used to, you know. But my father, you know, he hard working man. He don't know. He ain't know no better back then because he would never would do that to his grandkids. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he was tired just coming from work. We trying to get out of this country. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So But
speaking of sparking creativity, let's name Steele's puppet.
Huh?
Let's name Steele's
But how you gonna look like a puppet? Talk about name a puppet.
Let's name
what's his real name?
Puppet.
What's his real name?
How you gonna look like a puppet? Talking about name a puppet. But go ahead. You done made me mad. Let me see.
So you said.
Surrounded by idiots.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So you said that you did hood movies, church, and
the cap was a great experience. The ups and downs of that, learning behind the scenes, pulling stuff together, using the drone, outside, inside, and just learning how to channel emotion. It was a great script.
Behind the scene, we was channeling emotions too.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm joking. No, the cap was a learning experience.
But through it all, it came out to be a good project.
Yeah,
and I learned a lot.
I did
and
too.
I met a lot of sound people. I met a lot of solid people too.
Yeah. So, but
I'm just
because what are you waiting for?
No, I'm just listening.
It's looking like a puppet. But yeah, I met a lot of solid people doing that shit. I swear, I still work with Rick. I met Rick at the Cap. No, actually, I met Rick before the Cap, but I met him again at the Cap. Let me see who else I met. Like I met Louis was a solid dude. LJ.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, man, I met some real solid people. I met Hakeem. I met I met like some solid people. It was kind of Herbert. Mm-hmm. I met some real solid people. It's like, are they real? They done been in my space, been in my home, been to like different. Man, we done stayed up. Man, do you remember that night? Do you remember that night when it was the last scene when we was at the who was we at? And you sent me that picture too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah. You said
that was behind.
Man, that night was.
Skating rink.
That was a skating rink. Go ahead.
Enough of going down memory lanes.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's next for you, Brian? This let the people know.
What's next for me? I am looking to grow this business in size and scale. I realize that I cannot be successful by myself. No one can be successful by themselves because I can't wear all the hats, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the challenges that I find and faced with.
Now I'm looking at his hat. It's annoying, but go ahead.
Leave his hat alone, man.
You just said hat.
One of the things I find is that in order for you to level up, so to speak, you got to have some great people in your corner. And so I think with this particular opportunity that I have in the space, being the only one, I think we have a real good opportunity to elevate. So that's what I'm trying to do, just grow this business.
Okay.
By leaps and bounds.
Now, this is the last question because we're about to go to break. But you said grow and you said level up, and you looked at Eric when you said that. Was you paying attention to? That was playing. It's a joke.
He trying to do short.
I know, man. I keep telling him I grew up in the 80s and 90s. We used to do this all day.
You grew up?
Yeah, we do this all day in school,
I thought
man.
he grew up.
It's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know you was completely grown up. But go ahead.
We had a whole half of the show.
Yeah, he be trying to kill me, whatever.
Yeah.
But hey,
I'll go into further detail a little bit, tell you a little bit about the core competencies of the business and stuff on the second half.
Okay. Well, we're about to take a break real quick. We coming back with our boy Brian, and
you forget all names.
Eric is not going to be here when we come back, so we gonna move our seats closer together. So see y'all in a second.
It's puppy going to take my space.
Welcome back with our weekly entertainment portion of the show. What's going on in the entertainment world? What's going on in the world of people that is somewhere else in La La Land in space in the internet world?
Okay.
So the first topic that I have is Lizzo. Now Lizzo is being sued by former dancers from her camp because they said she had sexual misconduct with them.
Allegedly.
This is alleged information. Everything is alleged information. She had sexual misconduct with them. She also had a lot of it. I was reading a lot of this BS. It's kind of like people. She's mean. You know what I'm saying? But everybody that had a mean boss before. They talk about. What else did they talk about? They talk about sexual misconduct,
body shaming.
The body shaming, and
some chick came out and said she stole her man 10 years ago.
Well, that don't really have nothing to do with the lawsuit. That's just something personal.
Yeah, but I'm just saying all this stuff.
Because all that comes out when stuff like that happen.
Yeah.
Now, how I feel about it is I don't know. This is how I feel about that. I feel like some of it did happen. I feel like something happened. And that's fair enough. I feel like this is where you do not get cool with the people that work for you. Yeah. You have to separate that relationship because it sounded like she was kicking it when she was trying to be girlfriends with the help. Yeah. And I don't mean to call them the help, but they were people that were a part of her company, and she tried to be like buddy with. And then when situations change and when things change, people try to go back to that ex-girlfriend animosity role. Now we got beef, and you did this and this and this. Yeah. So it's kind of like a lot of it is personal hurt feelings based on her trying to kick it because she became friends with them. I know that Lizzo. I didn't know Lizzo was 35 years old. I thought she was still in her 20s. You know what I'm saying? So she should know a little bit better that don't do these things. But sometimes they said that she was body shaming them. She probably said little stuff. This is just how I feel because it's alleged information. I don't know exactly how it went, but she probably like sometimes we say stuff. She probably was like because they said she was like telling them like dancers lose jobs because they gain weight. I mean that is true sometimes. So she probably did say stuff like, "Hey, you can't be eating all," because she was girlfriends with them. So she probably like, "You can't really be eating all that because you about to get fat and you know you ain't gonna be able to work no more if you gain some more weight because we already a big girl crew of dancing bigness." So it's kind of like I don't know how to. Yeah, so it's like a big dancing type thing. She might have said some stuff. Now you go into the strip club with your crew of people that work for you, and then and Lizzo. I think Lizzo have said that she likes girls, guys, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She said that in the past or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't mix that what you do with people that work for you. Yeah, so now you are reaping not the benefits but the backlash of what happened. But go ahead.
That's in the employee handbook. You do not fraternize with the individuals that report to you.
Yeah, they fraternize with each other.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with some of the stuff that you said. I mean, I don't want to judge. I got to hear more, or I got to see video and hear audio, or whatever, because it's like when stuff like that first come out, everybody just attack Lizzo, and I think if it was somebody else and somebody else's stature or whatever, it wouldn't have been the whole on blown attack. I think just because it was Lizzo. Now, if you take Lizzo out and insert another person, I think it'd be a whole different scenario. And I mean, you kind of seen some of this when Meg the Stallion got shot. Everybody was didn't believe her, attacked her and all this other stuff. So,
which is the same thing.
Yeah, so it's just like I need more. Some of them stories it just sound just outrageous. So.
And it ain't really outrageous. It just sound bitter, like
bitter.
It sound girlfriendish.
Yeah,
like it sound like, and then the other girl sitting on there who she stole. I guess Lizzo stole her dude. Man, y'all got to see that video.
10 years off.
She broke out crying at one point, like yeah. She. I was like, what's going on? Like you know what I'm saying. So it's like a lot of when somebody's down. People that felt like you kicked them before are gonna kick you even more. They're gonna be like, we got this, and this. And I kind of disagree with you a little bit. Blah what you said, I agree, but I disagree with you a bit because you say because it's Lizzo. I think you only say because it's Lizzo because you like Lizzo, and you kind of like, and I feel like you kind of pity her because you always pity the underdog. I know you feel like Lizzo is a big girl, so that's why they're coming at Lizzo.
Yeah, I think a lot.
But I don't think so. I don't think so. I think anytime there's like bad behavior, there are people that's going to be critics to the bad behavior. Because
we live in the pick and choose.
No, dude, I feel like if it was Beyonce, people would have still been saying stuff. No, I mean not the Beehive, but there would be people that are still. Dude, there are people that equally hate certain people just based on who they are. Just based on who they are, there are people that equally hate those people. Like there are people, man. I know people that hate certain people just based on their success. Like, oh, this person's successful. Well, why couldn't it be this person that's successful? I think they're only successful because they light skin, or I think they're only successful because they pretty or something like that. I feel like people, it's always gonna be that whole idea that people are gonna jump on. Let's finish destroying this person because they're in trouble already. Yeah, I'm saying, but go ahead.
I'm down. Go ahead, Brian.
I think one of the things that shocked me about the story, just the story in general, that took me aback is, at first glance you're like, well, how can somebody be so critical of another person's weight when they are the one that is promoting to love your body and to praise, the skin that you're in, right?
So you don't believe it?
So how can you come back? Do I believe it? I don't know. I think in between one side and the other side is the truth, right?
So you think that she didn't do that because she's a big girl, or you think that it just makes no sense and Lizzo should be flogged for doing that?
I don't think anybody should be flogged for anything of that nature, but to allegedly fire somebody or someone underneath her fire somebody before for picking up weight. I think that just sent the wrong message, and so you face the repercussions. It's two sides of it, right? It's two sides of it. I think that, like you said, it's messy, and when you move in certain circles and you achieve a certain level of status, you have to walk circumspectly. Yeah. And if you don't, then you open yourself up to all types of litigation.
Yeah, but I kind of look at it, and maybe this is the wrong analogy to use for this, so I may be wrong.
Then why even start with that? But go ahead.
Share more.
Yeah. But it's just like if you look at when people, I'm gonna use the NBA draft for example. Okay. You have like scouts and coaches and everything that make decisions on players and their positions due to their height, and they're not tall people. So it's just like if I'm 5'6", and I feel like this person isn't tall enough to play in the NBA. I mean, it's just like how you said, Lizzo could be making these decisions because, like, hey, you being a backup dancer, you can't gain weight. Just because, she's, bigger stature, I think that's where people, if she did say that or did do that, I think that's where people like, oh, well, how can you say that because you big? How can you condemn somebody because their body size because you're big? It's just like the same when you know, scouting.
And I ain't gonna lie, man. I was watching one of them girls too, and it was like she just wanted to be in the lawsuit. Like she just want to eat. Like not literally want to eat. I'm talking about eat like.
No, you could use something.
No, okay. I'm sorry, because I ain't the skinniest dude, so it's kind of like I ain't that big, but
we get you, fam.
Yeah, but I feel like she just wanted a part of the pot.
Right.
That's bad too. She just want to indulge.
She has a grievance.
Yeah, she wants to be paid.
Revenge.
Yeah. So I was just looking and it's like and then the church one, and I was looking at the other one that was kind of like a part of like the production team. It makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it kind of makes sense, but I just think that people go. You got a little bit of money, and people feel like they wronged you. Yeah. People feel like you wronged them. Yeah. People feel like you wronged them. They're gonna be like, because I remember one time Lizzo had no, I'm just kidding. She ain't do that to me, but I do want to be a part of the lawsuit though. Okay,
she might sue you.
And all of this is alleged information.
There you go.
So Lizzo, we love you. Mwah. Okay. Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears are being sued by the parents of the video kids, the video that she did back in the day, where they were having. So they're finding the parent, the mother, that was Tiffany's friend, is like now suing, based on what she allegedly did with her children from the video. I know y'all see the video. The videos was very hard to watch. I ain't gonna.
I didn't watch it. Yeah,
I watched it because I needed to see why it's a big deal. So I was watching it, and it was like, I don't care if this was too, because people like, man, stuff like that was funny back. No, it wasn't. Because I was watching it like, it ain't even funny. And I used to think Aries Spears was a funny dude. I thought he was funny.
Man, I never thought he was funny.
You never thought he was funny?
No,
I thought he was funny. I thought
thought he did a few good impressions, but I never thought he was funny.
Yeah, but you a hater. So I'm joking.
Okay, but go ahead.
But yeah,
go ahead, Terrence.
But he was. I was just watching the video. I'm like, this stuff is terrible. Like to put kids in that situation and think that it's funny. The M word, you know what I'm saying? It's funny. And then it's like, I was just watching it like, this is not funny at all. This is like nonsense. Yeah. This ain't. I could have never sat there and be like, you know what we should do? You know what would be funny? Like, I just thought it was like so. And
so were the parents involved at all? Were they
no, what happened was they told the mother they was doing something else. You know what I'm saying? And then they took the kids. They took the kids and was like, yo, we gonna have them doing something else. So it was kind of like she was misguided. The mother was misguided, and but the kids are adults now. But I was watching it and I was like, how could you think that's funny? And then it just makes you just realize that a lot of people are really not that smart. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how rich you are. A lot of people are really like, I was watching them and I'm like, Aries and Tiffany Haddish, they're really not that smart. Yeah. Because I went to high school with a lot of people that are funny, really funny, and they're really stupid. but that's. I saw it and I was like, this is not
anything that deals with like harming
kids.
Right. I ain't with that. Yeah. I don't care even if it's supposed to be funny.
It wasn't funny at all. It wasn't funny. It was like stupid.
That. Kids are innocent, so I ain't with it.
And then next thing is Cardi B and the microphone. the Cardi B threw that microphone like it was. All right, so I watched the whole thing, right? I watched the whole thing, right? So Cardi told him to throw water on her.
Yeah.
She said, "Yo, throw water on me." You know what I'm saying? But she said, "Not in the hair, whatever." And I was watching it, and I know Cardi fans. You know what I'm saying? I know how the Cardi fans are. I know how the Beyonce fans are. I know how the not the Meg Thee Stallion, how the Nicki Minaj fans are. Don't come for me. But I felt like Cardi. I felt like the girl that threw the water because they said it had ice chunks in it. I ain't seen no ice. I didn't see no ice chunks. That was alleged information that had ice chunks.
That was some thick water.
But she's at the thing. Cardi said throw the water, and I don't think it was malicious. I don't like. I just think she just like. Cause I would have did it too. Like, yo, this is fun. Water throw. You know what I'm saying? I think she just threw the water, and then Cardi like, but dude, think about it like
How much time had passed though?
It doesn't matter.
No, it do matter.
Because she said because she probably forgot to throw the water before. So, but you know what, Car? Think about it. You ever had somebody like threw water on you and you just like and y'all playing with the water and then they threw the water balloon or threw water and it's like it go up your nose or something like that's what happened. It was like when it hit you like because it hit Cardi like it was like quick reaction. You gonna be.
She wasn't expecting.
She wasn't. It was unexpected. She forgot. She told him to throw the water after that.
But hold on. But my thing is, how did she tell him to throw the water? Because if I'm on stage,
how you gonna tell somebody to throw the water though?
I'm like, if I say throw some water, you could throw me a bottle of water. Did she say throw the water on her?
Yeah, she said throw the water on me.
Yeah. Like actually toss it on her.
Yeah.
Okay, because when they put the video out, that chick had a big old cup. That cup did like had chunks of ice in it.
No, it was just a lot of water.
Man, that was I probably I mean, there's a difference between throwing and she just. All I saw was a waterfall. It's just like a glacier.
And it wasn't the cup.
It's like a glacier.
And it wasn't the cup.
Exactly.
It wasn't the cup. It was just the water. I feel like it was just a misunderstanding.
Man, that was the iceberg that sunk the Titanic.
Iceberg challenge. Iceberg challenge.
And I'm not saying anything against Cardi B about it because I probably would have reacted the same way. Because it's like I'm just having fun with y'all. Now you got me looking stupid. Water going up my nose. This mic about to come off this.
But honestly, man, if I'm at a concert, I could love somebody. Even if they say throw some water on them, I'm still not gonna throw no water on them.
But that's you, though. That's you. That's you. You know what I'm saying? You can't say I. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. You're right.
That's you. I'm just saying because some people like to get involved with the people that they, you know what I'm saying, they interact with them. So I just think that she just thought for a second
She'll
that
never do that again.
Did she actually hit the chick though? Did she? Actually,
Did
she hit the right one?
Yeah.
Good arm.
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Cardi for the arms though.
And wasn't it left-handed too?
Yeah, and you know Cardi. Yeah, it was left-handed. I'm left-handed. Ain't you left?
No, I'm right-handed.
Okay, yeah.
I wonder if she right-handed because if she threw that.
She threw with her left hand.
And if she threw with her left hand and she right-handed, if she hit her, man, woo.
Yeah. Shout out to all my left-handed people because I'm left-handed. Yeah. What?
I said that was impressive.
They used to kill left-handed babies. You know that, right?
Man, how we get to throw ice and talk about that?
Because that's what used to happen back in the day. Like,
why would that pop in your head?
Because that's
now every time I see a left-handed person, I tell them you can be president.
Yeah, because they used to think that left-handed people was from no seriously they used to think left-handed people was from the demon was demon.
Well,
and they used to kill left-handed babies. Like back in the day.
I used to when I was younger, I used to write with both, but then
took a turn.
Yeah, but they forced me
to write.
Yeah.
Well, you were born in the wrong time period. No, I shouldn't say that.
It took a turn.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, that was the last for the
So now we're going on to our featured topic since you want to talk about killing left-handed babies.
Man.
No, I said that I'm left-handed, so
yeah, all right, man. So we're going on to our featured topic. So normally we have the bowl or whatever, but since we're on our last topic, we don't need the bowl. We got some nice new scenery.
Yeah. We probably gonna get rid of the bowl too. Eric, like, no, I got used to the bowl. But go ahead.
Bro, really?
Man, whatever Terrence,
it's your home.
Yeah.
Go ahead. This is not my home. We film in the studio.
So our featured topic is how far you should go to market yourself. And Brian, I'm gonna since you got your hands in so many things with your businesses and all your accolades and everything, we're gonna let you start or whatever. So tell us about your business and how far you think you should go to market yourself.
You should go as far as legally possible. That does not cause you to fall in any liability.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think the best way for anyone to amplify their business is to market it. At the beginning of the show, I didn't do too well because I didn't give y'all the name of my business.
What is the name of your business?
So I have two. One is CCXVI Strategy Group. That represents 216. That's in Roman numerals.
Okay.
So 216 Strategy Group. That specializes in two main areas. One is in commercial, consulting, construction management, as well as build outs, and then the other is on the residential side in residential rehabilitation.
Okay.
I also have Artesa Building Group. That's the company that I just acquired. That specializes again in architectural metal fabrication and installation of panels, basically siding.
Okay.
That kind of makes the bling of buildings, right? Some of the projects that I'm very proud of coming online is the Stark Area Regional Transit Authority. They're doing an office expansion.
Okay.
And then right up the street from me on 93rd, they're building fire station number 26.
Okay.
And it's going to be similar to the fire station that's on 131st. With a lot of metal siding, and so our company was awarded that.
That's where I grew up.
So we were awarded that as well. So that's our Artesa Building Group for the metal panels and CCXVI strategy on the commercial and residential construction side.
Okay, cool.
I think that going far from marketing yourself, I agree with that because I do a lot of the marketing for the show, and it's kind of like, dude, I'm in people DMs. I'm up there like sending messages. If I'm at the gym, I'm like, I got a podcast. What is it? You know what I'm saying? I'm right there myself. They looking it up. I think I probably send out since we've started the show, as far as Instagram and Facebook, I think I've sent out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages for people to actually
follow my show, follow the show,
and people respond to that. I feel like it's very important because marketing is is easier nowadays because of social media, but it's still hard because everybody's doing the same thing.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You got to differentiate yourself.
You got to differentiate yourself. So it's kind of like, I think that a lot of people do. I watch people marketing themselves. Like, I watch people marketing themselves on social media, and they be saying they doing stuff they ain't even doing, or they say that, or they say
fake it till you make it.
They be faking it till they make it, but a lot of them make it though. Yeah. A lot of them make it from faking it.
But it also depends on the product that you have.
Yeah.
Right? Because the flip side to that is if you're out there pushing your product or you marketing, you got to be ready to face the wave of capacity issues, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to be able? Yeah, exactly. Can you show? Can you prove? Can you feel the capacity of the products that you say that you're selling? Right, because the worst thing to happen is you get a flood of orders coming in or people that want to do business with you. You can't deliver, and you dead in the water.
I ain't gonna lie. I've seen somebody on there on social media. He faking it every day. He faking it every day. He's faking it. But I listened to one of his songs.
Okay.
And I'm like, he don't sound bad. I wish you wasn't that fake. like seriously. But he's fake. But a lot of times people fake it till they make it. Yeah. And like I said, like we talked about, like the book Surrounded by Idiots. Right. There's certain people that we don't understand how they do stuff because that's not how we do stuff. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I feel like everybody's moral compass is different. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we thinking of it of a moralistic sense, and they thinking of it as on a capitalist sense. Correct. Where they're like, man, I got to make this money. Yep. So. Oh, go ahead. No. My last thing was, so they got to do what they got to do. Bro.
Yeah, but I think it all, it deals with generation too, because like me and him have this discussion too, because there's a lot of stuff that I see the same thing, and with this new generation, it's okay to fake it. It's okay and it's accepted. Like with us coming up, right. You couldn't fake stuff because if you got called out on it, that was the end. But
back in the day, like them was faking it. They was faking it too. They was faking it too. But it was kind of hard to find out they was faking it. Yeah. It was harder to find out they was faking it. So now it's kind of, but now it's kind of like don't nobody like the whole Tekashi thing. The whole Tekashi thing that would never go down how it went down now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Back in our day. But it was a lot of them doing the same thing Tekashi was doing. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I think nowadays it's a little bit more outrageous. I think nowadays people, kind of push the bar a little bit.
You got to one up.
It's kind of like, I hate to bring politics into this right now, but it's kind of like how when Trump got into office. people saw the stuff that Trump was doing, and like the stuff that he was getting away with, and it's like I said before, like Trump was the litmus test, and now it's like, oh, well, he said he could get away with it. Look at Florida, DeSantis. Right. So it's like, let me one up. You know what I'm saying? So
because it's kind of it's kind of like to the point where people start realizing that because it's a saying, they're like, all publicity is good publicity.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's starting to show true.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because people are on either sides of an argument. Yeah. People are actually more what's the word I'm looking for? People are more what's the word I'm looking for? People are radical.
Yeah,
or very radical to either side, where people be like, so you will find support on either side. You're gonna find support on either side. So it's just like, that's just how it is. Like, you, and to fake it till you,
it's like in that book, human behavior, right? It's human behavior. You're going to gravitate to somebody who believes like you, and you are going to stick with them hell and high water.
You're right. And I see that a lot too. Like, because people found out the person they was following was wrong.
Right.
And they would like,
no matter what they do.
No matter what they do, they're like, no, I don't. But that.
It's the pride.
They get stuck and be like, and they find another way to say they said something else that was, they find a little bit of truth, and they'll just add fire to that.
But it's a pride thing. Like, they don't want to be wrong. So it's just like, you'll try to find anything that correlates or go with what you believe is right, even though it's wrong. You'll just try to justify it. So it's just people it's like that moral compass. You had a moral compass that leads you. That moral compass is all over the place.
But again, to that respect, to your respect, those individuals who are able to master that are the true puppet masters. So you mentioned Trump. The other side is 50 Cent, how he's able to disrupt and end up with the end result that he wanted at the end of the day, right? Mm-hmm. One of the things going around social media right now is how he manipulated the budget of Empire. Mm-hmm. Right, mm-hmm. And how he attached himself onto their name and the brand and was able to promote power to the same level that they were on, right? Yeah. So it's able to be to that puppet master, so to speak, is another key to marketing, right? Mm-hmm. Understanding your audience, understanding what your challenges are and the weaknesses and the strengths of your competition, so to speak, and either being able to align yourself and make yourself big on the same level that they are, even though you're not.
Yeah, because even in doing the podcast, every week we have to find another way to market ourselves. Correct. Like, you probably don't even know we're doing it, but we are doing it, right? Yeah. Because we've changed the whole idea of we changed the structure of the show, right? Yeah. We've changed the structure of the show. We never change what we're doing because we don't want to be put out in la la land and outer space and change the whole idea of what we're doing in the show. Yeah. But we try to find different ways to market ourselves, and I just think that sometimes I think that certain things that we look at as bad, because that's the thing, this is bad, is actually for the other person, though we may not do it, it's actually something that works.
Yeah, go ahead. But personally, I mean, you guys personally, you guys have boundaries, right? Yeah. Because there's some people that would sell their soul.
For what though?
For fame, for money. There's some people that will go against what they believe in just to, be famous, to be known, to be accepted. And so, I mean,
to play devil's advocate, okay,
go ahead.
What if these people are selling their soul because they're taking something away from them that might be important? What if somebody said, well, I'll take your parents away from you if you don't sell your soul for this? Or I'll take your children.
They're being manipulated.
Being manipulated to sell their soul a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that this is actually happening because I'm not the biggest conspiracy theorist or anything. But I'm just saying, like, or people feeling like, I have to do this because I want to take care of my family. I have to do this because I want to find some type of success, because at the end of the day, we are all here trying to find something. Right? We are doing this show because we're trying to find something, but we are trying to add something, right? So we're trying to add something to society. We're trying to give people something, give people an idea, give people different things to talk about. But everybody's trying to find something, dude.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, if it goes to the so far that you're willing to sell your soul, like, are you able to live with that?
Some people are.
Some people are.
You know, there are some people who did some very evil things, and they were able to justify it some way in their head. But that was the end game that they wanted to play, right? And they were said, by any means necessary, I'm going to achieve what it is I want to achieve, and roll over whoever it is. I haven't achieved that level of cutthroat.
Yeah.
You know, I got a moral compass that weighs very heavy, but other people don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta look at it like what's put in front of you to achieve that too. And it's kind of like, and I'm not saying that I would do it, but I'm just saying that I
Are
have
you
learned.
sure? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure for now. If it's to get rid of you, no, I'm just playing.
But we was having a good conversation
until you said, are you sure? Though? But
I was just asking.
but I'm just saying that there are certain. You just threw my thought off. But I'm just saying that there are certain. You threw my thought
Certain
off.
boundaries you won't cross.
Yeah, certain boundaries
Right.
that you won't cross. Even though that's not what I was gonna say, but he just threw my whole thought off. But I'm just saying that.
I'm gonna throw it out.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that there's certain things that you would do, and I can't even remember. Somebody go ahead and take it because he done messed me up.
I don't know what you're trying to go.
Because
I tried to help you, but you said, no, I ain't where I want to go.
Because he threw me off.
You about to be mad at me, y'all, man.
Yeah. It was a great thought. It was like
types of text
it was gonna be like hand claps and everything.
I doubt it.
Yeah, it was a great thought. It's everything I say is always
I tried
better
to bring you back.
But I'm just saying that as far as people, certain things that people do, they probably don't feel that it's as bad. You know what I'm saying? And like we talk about the moral compass thing. We talk about where people at in their life. We talk about what do they have to lose, what do they have to gain, what have they had. Yeah. We live in a capitalist society, and capitalism is king in this country. And though just like food and alcohol, let's say you have to eat, right?
Yes.
To survive, right?
Yeah.
Alcohol, you don't have to drink to survive, but it's fun to drink to survive, right? Now, money is put in front of you. You have to have money to survive. So, what steps would you take to get that money? And where is the cutoff to where you are selling yourself?
Okay.
So
let me ask you guys a question. So, say someone around you that you knew had a good relationship with, what if they were marketing themselves, or that, you felt like they were going against what they believe in or going against their boundaries? Would you say something, or would you just let it be like, hey, that's their life and just let them live it?
I wouldn't say anything because that ain't really my place. But I feel like I'll ask questions.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I ask questions because you can't just tell nobody what to do.
Well, I mean,
because
you don't tell, but I mean, like,
because you don't know where
you
don't know. Yeah, ask questions.
Yeah.
And then after they tell me, they tell me what. Then I'll be like, "Oh, you stupid," or I'll be like, "Oh, wow," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
or,
say
"Oh, you a demon." Wow. Oh, you just sold your soul. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I still want to know. I don't want to tell people. That's the problem. We just feel like everybody have the best advice.
Yeah.
Everybody feel like they can tell everybody how to live their life, tell everybody what to do.
Yeah, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with, trying to figure out, especially with somebody that you have a relationship, somebody you care about,
Ask. Have an open dialogue.
Ask.
Be transparent
Ask.
from the standpoint of where you're coming from. Don't try to go in there being critical and judgmental, but actually going with a genuine thirst for knowledge of what they're doing.
Okay.
What they're doing.
Going with like, what you doing? Instead of, I done see you sell your soul to the devil for money.
Right. Because like me and him have this discussion. We had this discussion this week too.
Okay.
And it's like one thing that I'm working on myself is like I see certain stuff and I just get frustrated because a lot of times I want better for people, but then I see people doing stuff and I'm like, what would possess this person to do something like, especially when they lying. And it's just like, why?
He always be like, you ain't see it. I'm like, no, because I'm one of the people that go on social media to post. Not
but it's
to
just
check.
like, it's just like just pulling.
It be lies too.
Even though I don't have no hair, it's like pulling hair.
It be like, but I be feeling like that's them. That's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to judge this person based on, because guess what? We all trying to find something. This is how they feel they can find it. So it's like, It's like, and it's just like we are around the type of people. You don't have to be around them. You're around the type of people that make you happy. But you could just watch that stuff and just be like, you are really.
So they're lying about who they are.
They lie about everything. Yeah. So he'll like show me.
So they're playing a role. They're playing a character.
Yeah. They're acting.
They're acting.
Okay.
Now, is it for entertainment purposes of others, or is it?
It is for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's just leave people alone. Leave people.
But I think a lot of like I just to go back. I don't know. Probably because I'm from the old school, man. It's just like, or probably because I was raised different.
Do you notice? All right, I don't want to offend you.
Go ahead, man.
A lot of times when I talk to you, you say "I" a lot. And
we've had this discussion.
Yeah,
and I told you I'm working.
I hate when people do that.
I told you I'm working on it.
Because I used to do that, and then I was just the most selfish person. I only knew of what I knew, and I felt like everything I knew was the structure of life. When I started realizing that that's not how life goes, it's what other people know, plus what I know, plus my experience, plus everything else that is around me. Because that's the world is a knowledgeable place. It's a knowledgeable place. And it makes me feel happier with myself because I know that I'm telling you, you need to read the book Surrounded by Idiots so you can understand.
You just say I.
Huh? But I'm saying what works for me as far as dealing with other people. Yeah, I'm saying what works for me as far as dealing with other people.
But don't I tell you all the time I'm working on myself? I'm working on myself. Okay, I'm working on it.
Yeah,
so hopefully I get better. But
you're doing well.
Yeah, you're doing well. But yeah, we know we got to cut the show short because the edits and everything.
Yeah, man. Cause we was having a good. We was having a good conversation.
He's coming back. So.
Oh, okay.
I would love to come back.
Yeah, he's definitely coming back. I'm probably gonna talk to him tomorrow. Probably gonna talk to him the day after. Yeah. Probably gonna keep having stay-go conversation. Let's talk to Brian all the time.
We got,
this is a good friend of mine.
Okay. We got some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we got some good stuff to talk about.
Because I want to talk about why is the city of Cleveland still in the same state it is now and nothing has changed. Ooh, I could drop some stuff on y'all.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to be. We're gonna have to do a special.
Yeah, we're gonna have Brian come back. We do want to thank y'all for tuning in today to another episode of Thought OPPS. We want to thank you, Brian. We want to thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the love.
Yeah, thanks for
bringing me around, family.
Oh, no doubt, man.
I know. Yeah, keep getting your life together, because
Yeah, I'm trying, man. See, I'm trying.
Yeah, keep getting your life together. Me too. I'm trying because there's a lot of stuff.
The key is to know that you don't have it together.
Yeah.
And you probably never will have it all together, but you keep progressing.
Yeah. That's the one thing. Once you stop trying to progress and you stop trying to find something in life, then there's nothing really. You know what I'm saying? Like my father have always told me that, that you always have to find something to make you better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's always taught me that. And that's what I live by. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Thought OPPS. Thank y'all. Thanks my guest and my co-host
and the puppet.
And I'm bringing the puppet next week.
Bring it next week.
Yeah, so I
special guest next week.
Whatever. Not this puppet, but the other puppet, the Jamaican puppet. Peace.
Let's go.